Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed from GS Biotechnology and my roll number is 038. Today the topic of my presentation is instrumentation of IR spectroscopy. The main parts of IR spectrometer are radiation source, sample cells and sampling of substances, monochromators, detectors and recorder. IR sources. IR instruments required a source of radiant energy which emits IR radiation which must be sufficient intensity, is continuous and is stable. So, source of IR radiations are global. Rod of silicon carbide, it is heated up to 1300 degrees centigrade, produce radiant energy from 1 to 40 microns. Another is nearness level. Not of zirconium and yttrium. It is heated up to 1500 degrees centigrade. It emits radiation between zero point 0.4 to 20 microns. Sample cells for gaseous samples. The spectrum of a gas can be obtained by permitting the sample to expand into an evacuated cell. It is also called a cuvette. For solution samples, infrared solution cells consist of two windows, sealed. Samples that are liquid at room temperatures are usually analyzed in pure form or in solution. The most common solvents are carbon trichloride and carbon disulfide. For solid samples, solids reduced to small particles less than 2 microns can be examined as a thin paste or mull. The mull is formed by grinding up 2 to 5 milligrams of the sample in the presence of 1 or 2 drops of hydrocarbon oil, which is also called noduli. The resulting mull is then examined as a film between flat salt. The salt can be KBr, NaCl, or KCl grades. Another technique is used to ground a milligram or less sample with about 100 milligram potassium bromide. The mixture is then passed in evaluable dye to produce a transparent disc. Now we have monochromator. Following are the types of monochromators used in IR spectroscopy. First, prism, second, diffracting gradients, and third, filters. What is detectors of IR spectroscopy? IR detectors detect IR radiation and act as a transducer to these radiations. These are of two types, thermal and non-thermal. Here is the image of thermal detector. Other thermodetectors are bolometer, thermocouple or thermopile. Other is pyroelectric detector. What is bolometer? A bolometer consists of an absorptive element such as a thin layer of metal. Most bolometers use semiconductor or a superconductor absorptive elements rather than metals. Thermocouples consist of a pair of junction of a different metals. For example, two pieces of bismuth fused to either end of a piece of antimony. Temperature changes cause changes in the potential difference, which is measured to compute further. Pyroelectric detectors are vapor of pyroelectric materials that generate electricity when heated by IR radiations. Non-thermal detectors. Non-thermal detectors usually include photovioletic detectors. Here you can see the picture. There are two types of IR spectrometer. Single beam IR spectrometer and a double beam IR spectrometer. Here you can see the image of single beam IR spectrometer. And here is double beam IR spectrometer. This is different